it's the surrounding area, which is the obvious one, but I think community is also, for me certainly, is more the people than the area. So friends or colleagues at work and that kind of thing. So it's a community of people rather than the actual place for me.
My view, sadly community is something that, or community spirit is something that I believe has been in decline, certainly for the last 40 years, possibly caused by, in the late 70s, early 80s, a trend where people are encouraged to think very much about themselves rather than other people. And I think this trend has persisted in different forms. Community does, or good community spirit does exist, but in small pockets rather than across a wider community as used to happen.
Community, everyone's got to be together, and there's a lot of, obviously in the world nowadays, there's a lot of people, different groups of people, especially in Blackburn, as I know, there's a lot of ethnicity mixes, which is good in some ways, but also there are disadvantages that people don't mix sometimes, which is a shame. But obviously I go to a school that's quite multicultural, so it's a private school, and everyone gets on, which is what it's all about.
We're community-based creatures. We need one another. If we don't have that, we don't really have much.
Because Accrington is not like a big town, it's a small town, and everyone kind of knows everyone around over here, so I think it's just a nice place. I just love it, Accrington.
This local area is a bit lacking in facilities for young people, such as youth clubs and interest groups for them, but I think that really it takes people to get together and decide to do something about this for that to change.
That's a tricky one. I think a community is not so much a physical group of people, it's more a state of being, so where a person can feel a part of something without any pressure to contribute so much, so they can feel free to be themselves and to pursue what it is that they want to do without any judgment or any pressure, knowing that there is support there if it's needed.
Having an open mind in a multicultural society is key. I think people sharing ideas and getting together, not being naive, just judging people for who they are, not the skin colour, background, whatever. And that way you'll learn a lot more in life and you'll have a different outlook.
It's very much them and us. You've got the workers and then the bosses, and it's much more confrontational. And I think if it was more of a community, more supportive, I think sometimes it would make the world a nicer place to work in.
Well, everything I do is kind of community-based and people-based, so for me art is about bringing people together in whatever way possible, really. That could be just running a group that brings people together who wouldn't normally be together. And looking for ways at creating community where there's perhaps isn't any, or where there is not a lot. Encouraging people to come together to support one another.
Community spirit here at the gallery is more of working together and coming together to support each other, whether that is the support that's needed physically so that you actually have people helping you to explore your various skills, hidden talents, etc., or whether it's spiritually, so that the community spirit here would be to support each other through talking together as friends, making new friends, and being able to share things together.
To start thinking really that the good of the whole benefits the individual as well, and just self-seeking really is a shallow thing which doesn't give long-term happiness, but to be part of an area where people are interdependent and mutually happy, I think brings a greater sense of well-being to everybody.
Sometimes when you read the papers and you see that charity shops have been broken into and the funds stolen and things like that, you think that sense of community is being lost, but then somebody does something really significant, such as Dorothy McGregor in Accrington running the shop for the homeless, and all her work, and then you can be inspired, you know, and you realise everything isn't gloomy.
It's support, it's a support for each other in what we want to achieve, or if somebody's having a bad time you can help them through it, or if somebody's having a good time you can help celebrate. And just on a day-to-day things, just to, you know, enjoy life, really.
Identities, I guess, having the choice to be who you are within a certain context, within a particular community. So it might be expressing yourself in terms of your beliefs and having the freedom to do that without feeling like you're going to be hurt or you're going to be criticised for that.
And I find myself, I'm quite outgoing. I enjoy it. I'm quite humorous, I like to think. I like to have a good laugh and I like to mix with a lot of people. I don't judge a lot of people, I don't dislike hardly anyone really. I think friendship is a key thing with anyone. You can always be friends with anyone, no matter who they are. And yeah, that's my ethos, really.
My identity is, well, I'm like a socialising person, to be honest. Always out and about. I like finding out more about different stuff. I like new challenges, and I've got like loads of friends. To be honest, I like socialising a lot and getting involved in different activities, getting to know more about new stuff, and that's it really.
A lot of things. I think primarily your family background, who your parents were, the values that they gave you. Personally, to me, the church has given me a lot of my values. I'm pretty conventional. You know, I'd say that I follow Christian values. My friends and my educators, the people who taught me, I think I was pretty lucky to be educated by level-headed people. And I think that's it really. I think, but at the end of the day, I'd have to say family in the main.
I think you know, our identity isn't something that we just come to and then we stay as that. It's something that evolves all the time. So, you know, although I'm this now, if you speak to me in 5 years' time, I might be something else. And that's what's important. We need to let that happen to one another and learn from one another to let that happen.
Well, for me, it's changed a lot over the years. I've gone through lots and lots of changes for one reason or another. But for me, my identity is caught up with my art and my creativity.
You just got to be yourself, and for that nobody can judge you.